Bags are packed, travel vlog day. All right, enjoy the background there, guys. So, we're not in California, if you haven't guessed already. I flew all the way to Lithuania, Vilnius. What I want to do in this one is what travel gear do I go out with? So what's in my bag? What do I find essential? What maybe if I have extra room sometimes will I bring? With that, it's obviously freezing out here if you can't see my breath. So what we're gonna do is go back to the hotel room where it's a little bit warmer, grab a nice glass of wine, and we're gonna go through my bag. See you there. Whew, it is good to be out of the cold. Let's get this bag off. So I had to take a few things out of the backpack already to film this video. We've got the Rode Videomic Pro Plus on top of the camera setup here. The Joby Gorillapod, it's one of the old school ones with the metal legs on here. It's a little bit bigger. And then we've got the 16-35 f2.8 lens on top of it. Along with that, my favorite light here that I got recently, the Aperture ALMX, as well as the Insta 360. It's the tripod that you use essentially to carry it around, do bullet time. That attachment's in the bag, I'll show you shortly. So we had to set that up because we want crispy video. So let's dive into the backpack. Start on the outside of the bag here. What I love about this bag, as we know, is it's got external pouches that we can have. I did power management here, especially traveling. I wanted things, headphones. So we got a little Bluetooth headphones here, the Jabra Elite Sport. We've got a USB power bank, and then cables and international adapters. External pouches, nothing too crazy. I like to keep lens cleaning kits right here, so if I see a smudge or something, I can clean it up quickly. So it's really just the wipe and the lens kit, and then keys, maybe wallet on the other side there. Now the fun stuff. I just saw Make Art Now posted these little sticky things. I haven't gotten to try them yet, but they look really cool. I'll put a link below. They're called Magic Gel Pads. Make sure you take one out. Like, these things stick to any object around you, and they're reusable, so you just wash them off. What I saw them do was snap it onto the back of a GoPro, which I have in here, stick it to the wall, boom, you've got a time lapse. You got a lot of cool ideas there. So that was something cool I saw I wanted to grab and take advantage of. All right, so next we've got the Zoom H4n Pro. I'm gonna bring it along to try to record some different sound effects and noises while I'm out. All right, so next we've got the 85mm f1.4. Love this lens. It's amazing for B-roll, for portraits. Really, it's one of the few primes I have, and I love bringing it along because it makes me think outside of the box. It also just has amazing low light, amazing aperture on it. So good lens. On the right then, we've got a little bit bigger pouch. So this is where I would normally put the drone we talked about. All right, so let's talk real quick about what I don't bring on trips like this. Really, it comes down to the bigger objects. So we've got the Ronin, which I really wanted to bring. I actually had it on my bag. When I'm going international, I get a little worried, especially with things sticking out of my bag. Honestly, don't like risking it. So in that situation, usually what I'll do is pack everything inside. If I'm flying domestic, if I have a little extra room, it's either gonna be a tripod, a monopod, or the Ronin. Most likely it's the Ronin, but in scenarios where maybe I wanna do some time lapses, maybe I wanna go outdoors, really photo-centric, I'm actually gonna end up going with the tripod. If it's something where I really want to get a lot of video, especially B-roll, I'm gonna end up taking the Ronin just because you can't beat that stabilization. You'll notice in these shots, I'm starting to learn a little more that I've got to sit down when I'm talking into this camera. It's got stabilization, but Sony doesn't have the best stabilization, and I'd rather not have these shaky shots for you guys. It really comes down to how much space you wanna save and what you wanna fit into your bag. Inside of the bag, there's a few other things. I'll sometimes switch up them. So the large bag I showed you guys has my drone in it. If I know where I'm going and I know I can fly, I'll usually bring it over an extra lens. But in these scenarios, I knew it was gonna be dark every day when I could use the drone because I'm actually working. It's that time of year where there's not a lot of sunlight. So what I do in these scenarios is usually pack an extra lens. So I'll bring something like the 100-400 that's about the same size as that, or I'll just pack randoms. So in this case, I pretty much brought all my pocket cameras because I figured I might have a use case for them. So we'll go through back at the hotel since I have those objects, but I wanted to run through quickly what I couldn't bring on this trip, but I sometimes do if I have the space. Let's go back to the hotel now. This is where I put the Insta360 tripod as well as the Joby tripod. So it has a lot of room, but then we also have odds and ends. So inside of this pouch, we've got SD cards. I've got a G Drive 1 terabyte SSD in case I need to back up while I'm traveling. We've got spare batteries, kind of toolkits, lens wipe. Also got the variable ND filter here in case we're shooting out in the daytime. This is the B&W. And then last but not least, inside of this bigger area, we've got a little pouch here. This is actually the water bottle pouch that comes with the bag. I just threw some random cables in here. So we've got shutter cables as well as my peak straps. This is one that's gonna attach to the side if I need it. So just kind of convenient little storage there and nice and easy to throw in the bag. Next up, we've got our mini camera bag. Super excited about this. So we've got some cables on the outside. Inside here then, spare batteries. And you can fit so much in this bag. In case I wanna do a phone comparison, all these different GoPro mounts, peak clips. We've got our Osmo Pocket, ready for this? Insta360, and our GoPro. You can fit a lot in this bag. It's also well protected, it's really padded. I'm a big fan of this bag so far. So another fun little tool actually I just got. What this does is actually goes on top and it's gonna give you a smooth panning motion. So I plan to do a review of this while I'm here. I wanna do a bunch of time lapses, let you know how it actually works on a real camera, maybe do some head-to-heads with the DJI Osmo Pocket and see how the motion lapse on there can stack up against a professional camera with something like this. The only thing is I screwed up, and unfortunately I can attach my camera to the top, but the bottom is not a 1/4 adapter. It's a 3/8, I think. So I need to get an adapter because the tripod I brought here has only a 1/4. Anyway, long story short, I want to review this. If I don't do it this week, you'll see it next week. So that's actually the majority of the camera gear, other than obviously everything we're shooting on, which does take up a good part of the bag. We do have our headphones here as well. So if you haven't seen the review of these are the brand new Sony WH-1000 XM3s. It's the 3rd generation, amazing headphones. Check out the video if you haven't. Really good review of these. I'd love to travel with this Apple adapter specifically because not only does it power my laptop, but just about everything that's USB-C now. This is gonna give you some of the best amperage you can get out of a charger, so nice little go-to to have in your bag. So that's it, guys. That's really everything I find essential. Now the lenses, you know, we're gonna swap them out, bring different lenses depending on what we're doing. We also may throw the drone in the bag if we know we're gonna have daylight or there's some good scenery. But in general, this is what I'm gonna have in my bag at any given time when I'm traveling. That's what I carry in my bag. I'm really curious, what do you guys carry? Do you have anything similar? Are there any glaring omissions from what I have in here? Couldn't be happier with this bag. If you haven't seen the review, make sure you check it out in the link below. Otherwise, I will see you guys next time. It's been a pleasure as always, and please subscribe if you haven't already. See ya.